Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Spy Family Part 2 episode number 8 reaction. Alright, the previous episode it was divided into two sections. Again, the first section we get to meet a character, one of the students. I don't remember his name. His title was Glooman, I think. It was George, wasn't it? I think so. Yeah. He got this this notion that his dad's company is going bankrupt, and it was like like he kind of eavesdropped on his dad, and that's why he got this wrong impression, and he starts going to school trying to bully Damien, and then in the end he started being this kind of emotional, and like being like, oh, this will be my final time. So emotionally he was like, oh, give me this, give me that, let me do this for today, and he was getting a little bit too carried away. And obviously seeing all of that, I realized there must be a punchline to this whole thing, wouldn't there? So yeah, it was true. There was a punchline to that whole section. Turns out his dad's company is fine. Basically, Damien's company actually saved his dad's company. Even though he won't be the company president, he will, he and his family will be well off from this point onwards. It won't be a problem. So yeah, he's not going out of, he's not going to drop out of school. He's not going to be sold as slaves. He'll be fine. Who knows, he'll probably have even a better life than than the previous, the way he lived. So yeah, and in the end Damien and everyone else were like, yeah, you better pay back everything that you got from us on that day. So that was a really funny section. And the final part was Yor trying to help Anya get a thing that she forgot in her house. And obviously Eden Academy being very strict, your thought that they're going to expel her or something and give her those tornadoes bolts and all. So yeah, she uses her impressive parkour ability, swings around like Spider-Man, and reaches or Spider-Woman in this case, reaches the academy, and realizes by the end that she doesn't even have PE that day. So it was all in vain. However, by the end we see, what's his name, Lloyd. Yeah, we see Lloyd come and check up on her. Why was she here? And yeah, she told everything, and in the end Lloyd was like, all right, let's go for a little lunch. And yeah, it was a good little conclusion to that. So let's see what happens in this episode. We've been getting short stories, episode after episode. I'm guessing it's time that we're going to move into a new arc. Let's see. All right, let's begin. This is episode number 8. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles in the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. Phase 2. Yeah, but it's kind of still in the process, and I will have to become an imperial scholar, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. Who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us all. She'll surprise us all, and she actually becomes an imperial scholar. Hmm. All right, let's. Mission 20. Investigate the General Hospital. Okay. Hmm. Oh, is that why the hospital? Because Lloyd, like, says that, like, his cover is that he's like a doctor. Hmm. Okay. Oh, yeah, this will be a problem. If only I can. Anil's like, wait, everything's a cover. He's actually a spy. What? Bond? Well, about that, yeah. Oh, yo, look at Anya. Shopkeeper. Okay. Alright, that looks like a typical villain. Yo! uh, okay. Hmm. Whoa! Hmm. I love the change in color palette that they suddenly did. Damn. Wow, what? Alright. Okay. Does she say every time she says, oh? Oh! Alright, yeah. I don't think. Yeah. Tomato festival? Well, she can read her mind, so. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, boring, definitely. Oh my god. You got it? Okay. Why is she wearing a. Oh, because investigation. Okay, makes sense. Hmm. Okay. He's like two birds in one stone. Well, because of investigation. Exactly. Lloyd Forger. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Okay, good explanation. Well, that's different. Okay. Oh, wow. My God. Don't write that, Anya. Oh, colleagues. Yes, perfect. Just wrong. Wow. Hmm. Who was that? Someone's keeping an eye on them. Yeah. Wow, Anya. Yeah, I don't think you should write those down. Handle the heart. Okay. Well, she can't. Wow, he compares everything to. Oh, okay. uh, Psychological exam. Research. Yeah, true. He has to keep out up front, and not only that, like do her his usual job. Yeah, that's true, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. uh. Ooh, a secret. Yeah. No, please don't do that, Anya. You're not supposed to touch anything. Oh. Oh, the pattern of knocking. Ah. What the hell is that? Oh. I was like, why is he giving him her sand? Then, okay, makes sense. Oh no, she is going to touch the bookcase, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this is that girl from the opening, isn't it? There you go. So she's a colleague. Yeah, unpredictable. Well, here we go. Well, look at what's happening here. Oh God. Oh, this is like connects to other. Hmm. Okay, don't. Oh God, here we go. Oh no, this is going to be like. Oh, they're like. This is ghosts. They'll be like, there's the proof. No. Yeah, they're talking about ghosts now, and oh God, she's going to again make a noise. Oh. Okay. There you have your proof. Okay, run or crawl, whatever. It was real. Let's resume the meeting. Yeah, that's good. Oh no, yeah, she has to. Oh God. Just put everything in there. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Oh no! Here we go. He'll be like, yeah, I guess it's kind of true. Or oh my God. But she does have a lot of. Oh my God. Darkness. Blob of darkness. Yeah, let's go. She's like, oh wait, yeah, it's good for you. Oh no, don't touch that. Oh God. She cannot read. Thank God. Thank God he cannot read it. Oh, that was an extremely fruitful day. Badly. Oh yeah, he told that to her. Oh God. The way Bond barks is so funny. All right, let's see what Anya has wrote. Eleganto. Okay. No. Yes. Okay. Yes. Target. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Oh God. Here we go. Oh, stop! You think his patience. God. Like, hands out candies, my God. Ooh, who's this? Oh, this is from Bondman. Decipher the perplexing code. She's like, oh, I have to decipher this. Maybe, maybe Lloyd can decipher it. Let's see. Ah! Oh yeah, she cannot write properly. Oh, wow. What's she thinking now? Okay, yeah, that can help. Himitsu no Ango. Come to. Yeah. Ah, you cannot do that. She didn't know that. Oh, makes sense, like obviously she wouldn't know that that's how you put. Oh no. Did she just, oh god. A strange writing style. Oh wait, Bondman again. Yeah. But why did you give it to them? Ah, curly guy. Is she like giving it to everyone? Oh, so that. uh, is she going to hand one to Becky as well? Yes. Oh no, she's going to have a misunderstanding. Okay. Okay. This one's for Damien, I'm guessing? Yep. Oh god. It's a code. Well, are you backing down, Damien? Oh boy. Let's see what. Oh, he just dropped it. Yeah. Okay. No one does that. What is this? Yeah, like this? With a cipher? Yeah. It's waiting. What the He did solve it though, so. Oh wow. That's why. Agent. Uh, Nice. Nice. Yeah, perfect. Well, Frankie will just be standing there all alone. That's sad. Hmm. We did see this girl today for a moment, and that's just it. Okay, that is it. So, this episode, um, it was again broken down into two parts, and here the first section, we get to see that Anya's school is has given them a task, a little homework about asking their, I think their parents. No, oh, wait. In the social study, you're going to investigate occupations of interest. Oh, okay, makes sense. So occupations of interest, not necessarily your parents' occupations, but occupations of interest, whichever occupations they have interest in. So uh, says that you can inquire your parents on their jobs, and you can also interview the shops or businesses near the home. You can also inquire a celebrity to your parents' connections. Of course, if you wish to inquire a teacher, feel free to come to me. Okay, so this is okay. You have a lot of freedom in this. I'll tell you about how proud I am to work as in this sacred job. Okay, so yeah, you have a lot of freedom in this. It's not necessarily your parents' job. You can like ask anyone, like just any job that you have an interest in. So if it turns out that you don't want to inquire about your parents' job, you can just ask someone else. So yeah, and I guess that's going to be helpful in a lot of situations, especially where I don't know, like in situations like Damien's situations where the parents are barely at home, where they don't even get to meet. Damien can probably ask someone else, like maybe he asked his butler about his job, or someone else about some kind of another job. So not necessarily your parents. You can ask anyone if you have an interest in that particular profession. So yeah, now okay, so they'll have to write a report, summarize, and present it. And Damien's friends are like, "You're going to ask your father, aren't you?" And Damon is like, "Only if I can," obviously, because he's barely there. And Becky's like, "I'm just going to go and ask my father." And yeah, so I kind of forgot what her father actually does. I remember Lloyd kind of talking about how having connections with her dad will also be kind of helpful in the future or something like that. He said in the first few episodes when Becky was introduced. I remember that, but I actually forgot what her dad particularly does. Anyways, it's something. It must be something quite like prestigious or something quite important. So yeah, so obviously Anya comes home and Anya asks Yor that, yeah, I need to inquire about your profession. So now we all know what Yor's profession is. So and Yor is like, wait a minute, my job? No, like I cannot. Her whole job is like a cover thing that she says. She talks about how the whole cover is that she works in the city hall or something. I think that's what she said. And that's like a cover. Obviously behind that she has her whole assassination thing. So she goes on a full flashback mode, and I love the fact that she actually, like, in her flashback we see that Anya's also getting ready in the assassination, like, dress to help Yor out in her assassination job. And here Yor talks about how this shopkeeper, we've also heard about him before in the previous like the previous season. We kind of got to not see him but hear his voice for a moment in the phone, where, like, like she was given a mission. So that's all we know about the shopkeeper, or that's what she calls him. Obviously that's Elias or something. So she talks about how the shopkeeper told her that this is something that's extremely, a noble job, just like the soldiers in their army. And like, the job is to actually kill and, like, wipe out all the people who does evil things and are like a problem to the society. So they bring this person out, like this person's biodata. He looks like a typical villain in a video game. I don't know why, but he reminds me of some kind of a, I don't know who he reminds me of. Anyways, never mind. Yeah, so we see Yor and still in flashback mode. We see Yor and Anya, both are like running like a ninja, running and just going and just assassinating all the people. And we can see here that Yor is little by little not changing. Her whole demeanor is changing. She gets more ruthless and more brutal as she keeps killing people, and then finally she comes to the big boss, like, not the final boss, that guy. And she says, sorry, but I'll be taking your life now. It's so funny, she said this same line in the first episode. Oh yeah, it was the first episode. In the first episode as well, when she was killing that other person. So she always says this. Oh, it was the second episode. Sorry, the first episode was about about Anya and Lloyd. The second episode we kind of got introduced to Yor. I remember, yeah. So in second episode, we also hear her saying the same thing, that sorry, but I'll be taking your life now. So she always says that just before killing her target. That's nice, I guess. And she starts, like, just going in full on censorship mode. She just keeps talking about some pretty gritty stuff. Obviously that's why everything is just censored from that point onwards. And Anya's just looking at her. Now obviously this is a representation of this, like, that situation, because Anya can listen to everyone's mind, like she can hear the people's voice, and she can get the experience of it, feel it. So that's, I'm guessing this is like a representation of that. At that moment, Yor in her head was thinking of all of this, and was in this type of, like, in this, like, in this delusion inside her head, while Anya was reading her mind, and she was also kind of understanding what she was thinking about. So this was a person, like kind of like a representation of her inner thoughts, and Anya saw that completely. I love Yor's excuse for this. She says that let's just tell Lloyd that we went to a tomato festival. Yeah, unfortunately, tomato, like, like the red blood on your dress. That, like, that's definitely not tomato juice. God damn. Ah, my god. And like I said, I love the color palette here. I love when shows do this, like this whole, it's not black and white, I guess it's black, white, and red. Interesting. Like, like obviously red being the color which was mostly shown here because of all the blood. Yeah, this looked kind of nice. This whole color palette changed suddenly in the flashback mode. And yeah, like Yor was hearing all of the, like, thinking about all of this, and Anya's like, yeah, I think I'll probably ask my dad. You're just like, yeah, go definitely do that, because like, city hall job is kind of boring. And yeah, I guess. Now next we see Lloyd has a way better cover, than yours cover about the whole city hall job is like, like it's kind of, we've seen her in her job, we've seen her do that. So but I feel like Lloyd's cover and the like his cover story is way more properly, like, like executed, because here we can see he has so many people that knows him. He's actually like a doctor here, and like he's done a thorough job. So I'm guessing he probably also got like a actual, or maybe he just faked it. Like I was going to say maybe he has like an actual doctor's license or something, as a psychiatrist. But then I realized like this is just like, like in the organization he is in. I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to forge like a license or something, like a doctor's license. I'm not sure if he actually got a psychiatrist license or it's just a forged one. But either way, like we can see that he has quite a few experience in this whole thing. So it kind of makes his whole cover story way more believable, because like a few things that he talks about the whole psychiatrist, like, thing about how you, like, like the way he explains the scenario to Anya, when Anya's like, what does a psychiatrist do? He says like a psychiatrist, like, you see how you catch cold, like a psychiatrist also kind of tries to like, heal the cold in people's hearts. And in that way, oh my god, in that way he kind of explains it. So we can see that he has quite a good what can I say, like quite a good grasp on what he does, even though he is actually a spy and this is just a cover story. So okay, now Anna keeps asking a few, like, important questions to him about, number one, why did you choose this job? And okay, this is where he talks about the whole cold situation, where, like, like mending the cold of the heart. And I just want to help those people. After all, there are also a lot of war veterans out there, and stuff like that, he says. And then obviously in his head he's thinking about another big reason why he's doing this job. Is he says that hopefully when Desmond retires from the stage out of an illness, I could think of approaching him with my position as a doctor. Interesting. So beneath every, like, like everything, every reason that he's talking here is another, like, deep-seated reason why he's doing all this. For example, like he says, like, oh, I want to help people. Obviously that's true, I'm pretty sure he does want to help people, but at the same time there's another hidden reason behind it. He's like, yeah, if Desmond actually comes here because of some reason, I can approach him through this method. And like these type of things. So now they go and meet their colleagues, and all the colleagues, we can see they're very, like, very happy with Lloyd, and they're very friendly with him. And we can also see that Lloyd is also very friendly with them. Like he has like a good like reputation in this place, and everyone's like, yeah, your dad is really good, your dad is really, like, like a really a good person, he does the job very well, all that stuff, like a lot of praise. And they start giving Anya like candy and stuff. Anya's like, father's workplace is a paradise. And yeah, Anya asks what type of person is my dad here in the job, and they all say like, your dad is amazing. Wait, I forgot this section completely. Who was keeping an eye on them? There was a section where we zoom out, and from the corner of the one of the walls, there's a shadow, and that person suddenly goes away. That was random and weird. Someone was definitely keeping an eye on Lloyd. I wonder who. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that was really random. Like, what the hell was that? Like, I thought they were going to, like, show us who that person was in the end or something, but they didn't even do anything. Anyways, okay, after that, Okay, they talk about the director asked him to go for a golf match, and making friends with people, like all these, like, different things that Lloyd said. Anya later like wrote all of them down, and later on we see, as we see in class, she just randomly reads all of that, making the scenario so weird. Like, I'm going to read that section again. Like, all these, all these little snippets of information out of context. It's extremely, the way Anya kind of explained her whole dad in front of the class was so weird and so unusual. Out of context, all these little snippets of information are crazy. So that was really funny, the way they kind of executed it. But okay, let's see what happens after that. Here in his head, Lloyd is thinking it would be best to befriend so many people I can obtain information and connections easier. Like, all these things Anya wrote down later on. Yeah, one can't stand out too much in being friendly too. And Lloyd is like, you've been taking notes at random times. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's not writing down what Lloyd is telling. She's writing down everything that Lloyd is thinking, and out of context, that's extremely weird and random. And the whole thing fails by the end of it when she explains everything in front of the class. Okay, now they next ask about what is the hardest part of the job, and Lloyd talks about how I have to handle things about the heart which cannot be seen with the eyes. A doctor's not a sorcerer after all. We can't read people's minds, and Anya's like, huh, smug face. I can do that in her head, obviously. Okay, and then she talks about I need to look at the patients carefully, observe them, interact with them. In her head, he's thinking just like when a spy deals with his target. Building trust with the patients. That a spy would betray the target. There you go. And Anya's not listening. And Lloyd is like, yep, I'm not going to say you anything else. That is it. Okay, now next we get to see that okay, everyone is talking about, where's that part? Just a minute. Though I really wish to see you put your skills to use in a clinical setting. Oh, and Lloyd, at that, Lloyd says like, I'm sorry, like, I'm busy with my research. And obviously in his head, he's like I have a lot of other job I do, so I cannot, like, do everything here. So it is quite difficult, like he's doing this whole psychiatrist thing. Not only that, he's also doing the spy thing at the same time. It's difficult to kind of keep both at, like, the same, doing both the things at the same time. Now here Lloyd says like, I cannot show you the patient's records, or like, go let you meet the patient, so because it's privacy thing. So I am just going to take you to the place where, like, the examination room, and yeah, like, you stay here. Anya's like, where's the brain manipulating machine? Obviously it's from Bond, man. Like, she watches a lot of anime. So Lloyd is like, what the hell is, like, like, she talking about? Like, what type of animes did she watch? Now Anya goes towards a bookcase, and here Lloyd is like, oh, don't go there, like, important things over there. In his head, he's like, oh, there's like a hidden like passageway to get out of this place. Yeah, deep inside this buffet is a hidden passage for an emergency use during my missions. There you go. So I'm guessing probably to, I don't know, sneak away or something. Like, if some kind of emergency occurs or something, I'm going to sneak away from this direction. So because of that, now Anya can read minds, so she just read it, and I knew as soon as she read it, she was definitely going to do something to the bookcase. And yeah, she just waits for a moment up until Lloyd leaves, and then she starts her grand mission. Before Lloyd leaves, Lloyd just gives him like a box with like a few random toys, and he's like, oh, these are used for examinations, and the patients are told to arrange these dolls and the knickknacks in the miniature garden however they like. It's quite fun. So I guess this is another little psychological test they do to get to see what people are thinking, like what type of like personality they have or something, like like those type of things. I think this is also another, what is that called? They showed it here in this episode as well. The ink patch thing that they do. I don't remember the exact name of the psychological test, but in this episode they also showed us when they were offering Anya like some like juice and stuff. There's that ink shaped stain. They do that. I don't remember its name, but it's like a test where they test everyone what they are seeing. Like some people see like the ink stain, some people kind of sees it as like maybe like a human skull, some people think of it as a butterfly. It depends. The first thing that you'll see will probably tell what type of a and that's how they deduce like what's going inside their heart. Like what is it called? Like it has a particular name. Wait a minute, can I actually search about it? Ink stain test, psychological. Let's see if I can find something. There you go. Rorschach test. Roche. Okay, I cannot pronounce it. Never mind. It's a test. It's a projective psychological test in which subjects' perceptions of ink blots are recorded and analyzed in psychological interpretation, complex algorithms, or both. There you go. So like sometimes it looks like a butterfly, sometimes something else, depending on how you look at it and how your inner things are. So I'm guessing it's kind of like that here, where Lloyd is like, oh, just arrange these little figures in the sandbox, and I can tell what type of a what is in your heart, what's going on. Okay, so when it's so funny, like when he brings out the sandbox, I'm like, why is he bringing out a sandbox? Like Anya's not a cat that she can just play around in the sand or something. But then I realized like, oh, it's for something else. Anyways, Lloyd leaves, and Anya, we all know what Anya was thinking. Anya was like, yep, time to start my actual mission. And she she starts going close to the bookcase. While all of this was happening, we get to see Lloyd talking with one of the agents, one of the few collaborators that is here. I was wondering that obviously, since this is like a whole cover like story that he does, there must be at least one person here who actually knows about his uh, actual identity. And there you go, one person. You need people like that they can help you out in troublesome situations, like person who knows your actual identity in these type of scenarios. So this girl, still don't know her name though. For convenience in my disguise, obviously I have a few collaborators, not only her, there might be a few more within this hospital. Okay, another request from an extra mission. Okay, all that stuff she's talking about. And here this girl says that, oh, is that your daughter? Is that Anya Forger? She's quite fond of you, isn't she? And Lloyd is like, oh my god, I'm struggling with her unpredictability. She says like, I don't think she can, obviously you're pretty impressive yourself, so I don't think she can surpass you though. Oh boy, as soon as she says that, we see Anya just moving the the bookshelf, and hidden passage, she goes inside that and comes in in a place, and like there's like an air vent or whatever, and we see some people having some interesting conversation, some research conversation. They're talking about ghost. It's a ghost and probably mythomania. Okay, yeah, they're talking about the existence of ghosts and all that, and they're talking about how it might be an illusion caused by brain function. And Anya's like listening to that, and oh boy, she makes a noise in the pipe. As soon as that happens, I'm like, yep, they are definitely going to think that's a ghost. That's exactly what happens. She doesn't stop at that. All these gentlemen were going to leave. However, Anya got stuck here and started just making weird noises and trying to free herself from this situation, making the people underneath think that, oh, it's a ghost of a of the child who was experimented on or something like that. They were thinking. Okay, okay, the ghost of an infant who died from malpractice. And then they're like, gentlemen, please stop, don't leave. Like we have to talk about this even more properly. We should continue this meeting. And they're like, yes, let's do that. And they're like, we should at least listen to the people who talk about ghosts and everything. We should at least listen to them instead of just brushing that aside, and yeah, that was funny. Anyways, Anya's out, and she realizes father is coming back, and she's like, oh my god, I've not done the thing that he gave me to do. And at that point, there's no time. She just dumps everything inside. And Lloyd is very kind of in a happy mood. He's like, okay, let's see, let's see what type of what type of thing you have made, what type of miniature garden you have made. I'll look at it, and I'll think and deduce what type of a personality or psychology you have. He looks at it and he's like, oh my god, that's chaos. Now, you know what, I guess it's not too far from the truth. Anya's inside her heart, Anya is pretty filled with chaos, so I guess, yeah, it's not too far from the truth. And Anya talks about how all these things got attacked by the bad guy's rolling sweep attack. And Lloyd is like, my god, what the hell does this girl think? And he's in his head, he's like, wait a minute, so does Anya have some kind of a pent up stress or something? Obviously she had just got adopted by this random person suddenly, and it must be bothering her. She's hiding it and sucking it up in a kid's way, and Anya's listening to all of that and just getting embarrassed. So Lloyd is like, all right, Anya, let's go. No need to explain anything about any of this. Let's go and just have some dinner or something like that, she says. Okay, here we go. Let's buy the new issue of Spy Wars at the bookstore on the way back. And Anya's like, yay. Want to compile the report together after dinner? Oh god. Yeah, I guess. No. Now, the danger is still not gone. Lloyd goes and opens up the notebook, and I was like, oh my god, she wrote down everything that he was thinking over there. This is going to bring out, the fact that she can read minds. How is he, how are they going to recover from this? What are they going to do here? And then I remember that Anya can't write. She just makes weird scribbles. So no one in the right mind can probably decipher what the hell that is. So all's good, no one except Anya can decipher that. So yeah. Okay. Anya's like, I'll compile it alone. Alright, later on, when they come back home, Yor is like, oh, does Lloyd show you how he hits his patients with the bats? And you remember this happened in I think season 1, the first few episodes, where Lloyd said something about how he hits the patients who get too I think too violent or something. He said something like that, and Yor has remembered that, and that's what Yor is asking. And Lloyd is like, oh, that's for emergency, or oh god. So there you go, that's that. Now next day, I'm guessing they are here ready for reading out the report. So at first it was going pretty well. Okay, let me read this part. Yeah, next is Anya Forger. All right. Father's job is a splendid doctor who examines patients' minds. For the peace of patients' minds, he never sleeps and drinks stomach medicine and does his best every he also said that he wants to help people still suffering after the war. And oh boy, Becky's like, wow, that's so sweet. Obviously Henderson's like way to go, Lloyd Forger. I saw that person in you, I was not wrong. And here we go, everything starts going crazy from here. Anya says, in order to build trust with the target, and obviously that was a little like, target, what target are you talking about? So he must interact with them patiently and carefully. Now Henderson is like, wait a minute, target? And here everything goes crazy. Like she wrote down all the random bits and pieces of information she got from Lloyd's head, and it sounds so weird. Here we go. Father's trying so hard to make connections. He plays golf and uses back routes at, oh my god, that's not what he said. And okay, it goes even more outrageous territory. He says he gives away snacks. Does that mean bribery or some kind of jargon? Yeah, definitely. Gives out candies. And that's, yeah. In essence, Monocle just drops. Okay, he appears to be hitting his patients sometimes. Now, at this point, obviously, Lloyd was called a few days later, and Lloyd was able to somehow explain the whole situation, and yeah, using his impressive spy abilities. Like obviously, if your teacher hears something like that, they're obviously going to call your parents and be like, "What the hell is this? Do you really do this?" But you know what? Everyone knows about Anya's reputation. So I'm pretty sure Lloyd was able to convince Mr. Henderson pretty easily that, you know what, this is like, my foolish daughter. Like, she just wrote all of these things without even understanding what it means. So yeah, I definitely don't hit my patients or or give out candies. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Henderson realized the situation because of Anya's reputation. Now, next we get to see, that was the first part. The next part we get to see this mini little story where we get to see Anya trying to decipher a code from the Bond Man anime or whatever. Okay, this is like this, like 6 into 6 rows, 6 columns, GXCI1JT. Yeah, this is like a genuine code. Now here, you know what's so funny about this thing? I remember me doing this as well. I don't know if like anyone else did this when they were like children, but I remember reading, like I at that moment, like there was like internet was not there that much, like internet was not that prevalent, or like anime and stuff. All the anime that we used to watch was on the television. I'm talking about like a lot of years ago. So like I used to read books. I remember reading like mystery books, and there used to be like a few, what do you call them? These type of anagrams, I think you call them, or like like these type of things, coded things. And I remember used to writing them down and trying to solve it myself, failing miserably, and then just reading the story myself and and getting to know the answer. I remember doing that. So it's kind of funny to see that Anya did the same thing. She just wrote down the code, and yeah, she tried to solve it. Now, Lloyd, being a spy himself, was kind of interested at the beginning. He was like, "All right, let's take a little peek at what the code is," and Lloyd soon realized that, oh my god, this is like this is crazy. Like Anya's writing is horrendous, and this is a code that only she can read. No one else can. And Anya realized like, oh my god, no one will be able to decipher it. So the next part of the plan, it won't be able to be successful, because if no one's able to read it, who the hell is going to come to that designated place? That's what Anya was trying to do. She was trying to write this code and hand it over to different people and wait at that place where the code is supposed to like mention or point towards, and she would be waiting there to see who comes here at first. That was what she was trying to do. So if no one's able to decipher her writing, who the hell will even come? So she's like, okay, let me ask mom. And she goes and asks Yo to like write it down. And Yo writes it down, and Anya hands it over to Bond. And she's like, oh, go. This is a secret mission. And Bond goes away on her mission, on his mission. And then next we get to see the postman comes and Anya tries to put it in the bag. Now, can't blame her though, because she's a child. She doesn't know that, like, she probably thought like, oh, this guy brings in letters, so he probably sends letters as well. So he tries to do that. She tries to put it in, and the postman is like, oh, you should attach a stamp and to your mail and bring it to the post office. And Anya's like, wait, that's how you're supposed to do it? I just thought that this person comes and takes the letter. Like, I can't blame her for this, because obviously she doesn't know. Like, she's a child, like, So next we see Anya putting it like this, some random ladies, like, their bag, inside their bag, and they quickly decipher that, oh, it must be one of those spy games that they play. My son also does that. So next she hands one over to Frankie. At first Frankie doesn't pay much attention, and he just leaves with it. And at the morning she goes and hands one to Becky, and she then hands one to Damien. I love the fact that Damien is like, what the hell is this? And she's like, it's a code. And he like drops it, and he's like, solve your own damn code. And yeah, Anya then goes to sleep, puts the alarm on, and she's like, yes, can't wait to see who comes at the beginning. And in her dream, he's seeing, like, like this one, like, this spy comes and is waiting in the designated place, and Anya's also waiting there, and she's like, congratulations, you are the winner, you were able to decipher this code. She's dreaming of all of this. And in reality though, Frankie did understand that it's an actual code, and he's like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? And he gets this weird thing in his head where he thinks that, oh my god, it must be that some lady, like, who likes me so much, like, wanted to, like, give this to me, and it's a little test for me to see if I'm worthy of her affections. And he, in his own head, he, like, thinks of all these crazy scenarios, and he deciphers it and is ready, eyes wide open. I thought his eyes were wide open because he did not get enough sleep, because he was solving the code. Apparently that was not the case. He was just awake because of excitement. He solved the code way before that, and he just was awake because of excitement, and he's like, yes, can't wait. And he has the bouquet of roses ready beside him, and just on the bed, just eyes wide open, like, cannot sleep. And in the morning he's ready, and he's like, yes, who could this agent be? Like, this must be a job of another fellow agent. Who can that be? And he's like waiting there, while here Anya's alarm is ringing, and Bond just eats the alarm clock. Obviously he doesn't eat the alarm clock, but like, it seemed like it did something to it. And yeah, Anya doesn't wake up, so I guess it'll be a long day for Mr. Frankie. He'll be just there waiting, and yeah, unfortunate. Anna will probably wake up way late in the morning, and she'll be like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to go there, and then she'll get distracted by some other random thing and completely forget. That's what's going to happen, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so Frankie is just going to keep standing there, unfortunately. But yeah. There you go, that is it. That's my reaction to this episode. This was episode number wait, what episode was this? 7 or was this 8? Just a minute. Okay, yeah, this was episode number 8. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And okay, so this again was an episode where I thought we were going to start another arc. Apparently not. Again, we kind of saw the new girl, but we barely saw her. It's like only one scene. I hope we get a proper introduction to her. Like, we don't even know her name. So she is in the ending song, so, and the opening as well. So I think she's one of the main supporting characters, like, like the other characters, like Frankie, Sylvia. I think so. So hopefully we'll get a proper introduction. But anyways, yeah. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with the next episode of Spy Family. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.